and salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite Hanukkah romances to read this holiday season. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Hope you are all doing so well. Welcome back to Vlogmas. I am posting every single day in the month of December. This week in particular though, I'm doing a series called Trope Week. It is a series that I've been doing on my channel for a little bit now, where I take an entire week and pick specific romance book tropes and recommend you a bunch of books. It's the holiday season, so I'm trying to keep it themed around the holidays. First day I talked about some sapphic holiday romances. The second day I talked about Santa romances, and now we're going to be talking about Hanukkah romances. I will leave the entire playlist down below so you can catch up, or if there's like a specific trope that you want to see, I've probably already done it in the past and it will all be in that playlist. So shameless plug. Anyways, I really wanted to do a video where I was talking about some holiday romances that weren't centered around Christmas, because at the end of the day, not everyone celebrates Christmas. As I was pulling books and recommendations for this video, I realized that all of my favorites were Hanukkah romances, so I really needed it to have its own moment, its own video. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to be talking about a handful of romances that I think are so cozy and would be perfect to read during the holiday season, and they're all centered around Hanukkah. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful December and holidays, however you celebrate it, and hopefully you will find some books you want to pick up in this video. So let's hop in. So I'm going to talk about the one that is my most favorite, and if I were to recommend any book from this video, it's definitely going to be this one, and it is the remaking of Corbin Whale by Roan Parrott. It is a cozy male romance that has hints of magical realism. If you are a fan of the movie Practical Magic, then you will absolutely love this book because it has very similar vibes. It follows our hero Alex, who is in a place in his life where he is really looking to just try something different. He's realizing that he's not happy at his job, he's not happy in his relationship, so he decides that he's going to pursue his lifelong dream of opening his own bakery. He decides to pack everything up and head back to his hometown in Michigan and open up his own bakery. That is where he meets our other hero, Corbin Whale. Everyone sees Corbin as this very eccentric and odd character. They definitely don't understand him, so because of that they judge him. Alex realizes that Corbin is not weird at all, and in fact he is quite fantastical and beautiful and such a kind soul. Corbin ends up also working at Alex's bakery, so they spend a lot of time together and it follows their romance. This is such a beautiful book. I feel like explaining the synopsis to you doesn't really even capture all of it, because like I said, it does have that magical realism vibe to it. It's also very cozy because of the baking elements. It is essentially everything that I am looking for in a romance. Our two characters genuinely feel like soulmates. I love the way they love each other, if that makes sense. There's something so soft and sweet about it. So if you're looking for a very cozy and sweet Hanukkah winter romance, please read this one. Even if you're for some reason watching this video outside of the holidays, still read this because it's like divine. Another book that has those same vibes of just being really cozy and magical set during the winter time is A Wild Thing Grows by Marina Vivancos. This one is a short novella. It's less than 60 pages. This one I'm kind of just throwing in as a bonus because it does take place during the winter time, but it's not holiday specific. I don't recall any holiday specifically being mentioned. I'm not calling this a Hanukkah romance, but it is set during the winter time and is very similar to this book. If you liked the remaking of Corbin Whale, then I would recommend you read A Wild Thing Grows by Marina Vivancos. This one is another male romance with magical realism vibes. It follows our hero Jarek, who also is kind of an outcast of society. He's a little bit more introverted and a lot of the town simply does not understand him. He's spending the winter season feeling a little bit alone, but he has always felt really connected to nature. He has a house in the forest and has always believed in the magic of nature and has always treated it with so much kindness. And during the winter season, that kindness is kind of repaid back to him when a man quite literally comes out of the snow. The man seems like he has come straight from the snow and the earth. Like I said, a little bit of a magical realism vibe, and the two of them end up spending the winter season together, and it's really sweet, really romantic. If you like cozy romances, magical realism romances, this is a fun novella. I wanted to throw it in as a bonus because it just has good vibes, but again, it's not holiday specific. Next one is a newer release, and it is Love You a Latka by Amanda Elliott. Come on, guys. This cover, this title, so cute. This is a contemporary romance with a grumpy sunshine trope where our heroine is kind of the grumpy one at first. Heroine Abby owns a bakery in a small town, and her town is trying to put together a Hanukkah festival, but she's getting a little irritated because a lot of it seems to be more commercialized than anything. The town doesn't have a huge Jewish community and is not really sure how to throw this festival. She ends up working with our hero Seth to really organize this Hanukkah festival and make it more authentic and less commercialized. Our hero Seth agrees to help her because he desperately needs someone to bring back home for the holidays. He's always getting set up by blind dates by his meddlesome family and asking him when he's going to get a girlfriend or get married. Because him and our heroine come from very similar backgrounds, they agree to fake date for the holidays. This one was really cute. I loved both of our characters. I loved the romance. I loved the setting. It was just super cozy. The next one is another contemporary romance, and I actually think I picked this one up because of Avery over at Ava Reads Romance. I'll link her channel down below. Remember, she recommended this one to me because it has good chronic pain representation, and it was such an amazing recommendation. This one is called Kissing Kosher. It follows our heroine, who is also working at a bakery. It is a family business that she is the manager of. She has been recently going through a lot of health issues and definitely needs to bring in some help for the business. That is where our hero Ethan comes in. He comes to work at the bakery. She thinks that Ethan is there to kind of like lighten her load and help her out, when it turns out Ethan is kind of a spy. Yeah, there's a rival family that sent him there trying to learn all of their family recipes. Despite it being like family rivals though, it is so freaking sweet. Our hero Ethan absolutely adores our heroine and is so sweet with her. I love the way he takes care of her in this book, and their romance is so cozy and so sweet. All right, so the next three books are all novellas, a part of a series, and they're also Audible originals, so I'm sorry if you don't have Audible, but when I tell you these books are so freaking cute, love. It's called the Winter Night series by Liz Maverick. Right now there are 3 total books in the series. It follows a group of childhood friends that grew up together in New York. Them and their families have all been friends for a really long time, and every year they always meet up for a huge Hanukkah celebration. I love books that follow a friend group. Found family is definitely one of my favorite tropes ever, and it's really strong in this series. Obviously recommend you read all of them. They're novellas, okay? You can listen to them super quick. But the first one is called 8 Winter Nights, and this one is a friends to lovers romance that is slightly forbidden. It follows our heroine Rachel, who has been hopelessly pining over her best friend's boyfriend. Yeah, her and her best friend ended up meeting the same guy at a holiday party years ago. However, our heroine Rachel actually met him first and really felt like they had a connection, was really vibing with him. Then her best friend came in, and her best friend is super extroverted and beautiful and just the life of the party. Our heroine is a lot more introverted and just did not feel comfortable making a move. She's kind of been watching on the sidelines as this guy that she's been crushing on dated her best friend. However, her best friend and the guy end up breaking up. What's kind of interesting is that her best friend actually ends up calling her and asks her to check in on our hero just to make sure that he's doing okay after the breakup. Starts off by doing this favor for her friend, but they spend more time together and they realize that they do really have true feelings together, so it follows their romance. It's not as like messy and taboo and forbidden as you might think that setup would be. Like, it really is such a cute, sweet romance, and I love it. This one is called Bright Winter Lights. This follows our hero Adam, who is constantly being set up on dates by his family. It's like another situation where his family is very meddlesome and always wanting him to bring a girl home. So when he is asked if he's bringing anyone to the Hanukkah party, he ends up saying yes, and the first name that he blurts out is his old high school sweetheart, our heroine Sarah. Sarah and him were childhood best friends and also dated in high school, but the two of them kind of went their separate ways. Now, years later, they're both single. They're both looking to get their families off their backs, so they agree to fake date over the holiday season. Second chance romance is one of my favorite tropes, and I feel like this one does it really well. And then the last one is called On a Night Like This, and this one follows our hero Elliot. He is essentially like the last person in their friend group who is not in a relationship. He's kind of feeling isolated and a little bit down, and he ends up getting a new neighbor. Neighbor is our heroine Cher. She ends up swapping apartments with someone on an app because her dream is to spend the winter in New York. Our hero meets her. He kind of agrees to show her around New York, and the two of them end up spending a lot of time together. I just love this series so much. The audiobooks are fully narrated. I love that it follows a friend group. I love that it's like during the winter time in New York, and all of them are Hanukkah romances, so perfect to read in the month of December. All right, so those are all of my recommendations for some Hanukkah romances that you can read this winter. If you guys have any favorites, please leave them in the comments down below. I would love to read them. I do have a couple that I have on my TBR and I definitely want to read this month. The first one is called 8 Dates and Nights by Betsy Aldridge. Guys, the cover, so freaking cute. I also want to read The Matzo Ball by Jean Meltzer. And then the last one I have on my TBR is 8 Nights to Win Her Heart by Mary White. Those are all contemporary romances that are set around Hanukkah. So yeah, definitely want to get to those. If you've read them and you've loved them, let me know. But if you stayed this long and you enjoyed the video, leave me an emoji. Just leave me some blue hearts, right? Hanukkah, winter, I'm wearing a blue sweater. Go ahead and leave me some ice blue hearts in the comments down below if you stayed this long and you enjoyed the video, and I'll know that we're bookish besties. I hope you guys are enjoying Trope Week and Vlogmas so far, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!